Hello there, this is Patricia from Pinky's World. This week I have been a wee bit selfish and made something that I really need myself, which is a birthday book to keep a list of all the birthdays that I have this year coming. Excuse me. I normally I have a wee slip of paper here. It's terrible. This is my list of birthdays, and I tick them off and then rewrite a card out the next year, because there is so many people that you lose throughout the year, or sometimes you gain new family members, which is great too. So you're always adding to your list. So I thought, right, you need a wee book. So I seen this somewhere online, and a girl had made it with a tutorial, but the tutorial was something you couldn't get. You had to go and buy it off somebody, and it says, I'm going to have a go myself. So this is what I came up with. This one I have used old designer papers. They're good and thick, so I didn't need to cover anything in DSP. The next one I am using a plain white, Whisper White, just to show you that I can work with plain stuff too. So I've just tied elastic around it. I've made wee paper beads, and I've used the lovely Timeless Tulip stamp set, which I thought worked nicely. And inside I have printed out all my months of the year, right round, and the other side as well. I have put space for the name, space for the date, so you know what day it is in January, for instance, and then tick it off once you've the card made and posted. So I thought it was a good wee idea to keep me organised, because I really need it. So let's get on with it and make it. You're going to need a 12 by 12 sheet of Whisper White, which you're going to cut in half so that you have two 6-inch lengths. And then we're just going to do a bit of scoring. So get your scoreboard, and you could score the two of them together, but I'm just going to be really good and do it separate. So we're just scoring them at 3 inches, 6 inches, and 9 inches. And just do the same with your other one. 3 inches. I've got an articular cough coming. 6 inches and 9 inches. And that's all the scoring you need to do. So we're just going to fold these up. So we'll want one facing this way for our front cover. So just concertina them back. And again. And then the next one is going to slot into this last one, so we know that needs to go back. And turn. And turn. Make sure they're all nicely blocked, that you like the shape of them, okay? So that one's going to fit onto there. I hope isn't that the way I want it. Yep. And that goes right around the back. So we've got a back cover. They do not look like they're folded. Make sure you get your folds good and proper there. That comes from using your bone folder. I think I'll just go through them just to make sure. Where's my bone folder? So just take your time and just line that up. I think this one was alright. It was the other one actually that wasn't behaving itself. You just want to make sure that they're properly lined up so that everything goes nice and straight. That one seems okay, so we'll just double check this one. It seems okay there. And the last one all seems a bit okay. I'm going to bring that one actually out a wee bit just to sort of get it to straighten. That looks a bit better. So now we're simply going to add this one in here, and that gives you the extra to go along to get all your pages in. So you'll have January, February, March, April, May, June, and then we're going to leave this for the back. Open it up. July, August, September, October, November, December, and that's your front cover. So we're just going to put that on with some glue. You could use sticky tape if you want. You decide what works best for you. I'm just putting a wee trail of it around the edges. Not right up to the edge because it will squeeze that out for you. So just fill in your centre so there's no bubbly bits. And then just line this up nice and carefully. And make sure before it dries that you get it stacked up straight, that it's going to all fit nicely. Now, whoops. So there you have your book. Now I'm going to decorate the front and the back so we don't get those mixed up. And I've got some lovely saddles. I'm using the script side. This is going to be on the front. So again, just put it on with your wet glue. Just don't go too close so you don't get sticky. And just center it. Seems okay. And then double check before you stick your back one on that you've got the back facing the right way. So we know this one's the back. So put some more glue on. You could use either side of this. It is lovely paper. But I want this more solid script one so that the tulip will show up nicely. Oops, that's slipping into my glue. These papers will need to measure 2 6/8 by 5 7/8. And again, just center them in there. And then we're going to start putting our calendars on. Now the calendars I created myself just using Word. Very simple, just you know that you want them a certain size, so set your thing up so that you have cutting area around it. I have done them at 2.5 inches by 6 5/8. So that's the size you'll want them. If you're doing it on the Whisper White and you don't want just plain white behind, I'm happy enough with that. I don't want too much fuss and bother. You could back them onto a piece of the Highland Heather card or whichever colour of card you're using, and I'm just adding this with a bit of tape. I'm not going to bother with glue. This is matte photo paper that I've used for these. So it's a wee bit thicker, but the last book I just used copy paper and it worked out fine. So centre these all up and just stick them all on. I don't think I'll bother sticking all these on, you'll get bored out of your skulls. But I'll give you a couple just to give you the feel of it. So just keep going along and try and get them all up to the same at the top there. And then you know that's March, April, May, June. Go around the back and we'll go to May, June. So this one's going to be July. So you know to start your back end with July. And just make sure it's all facing up the right way. And try and put it on straight. So work your way along. You're going to have that going right through. The last one's going to be December, which we'll stick on just to give you a notion. I will go back in when I finish the video and fix these up. So just use that tape. Sometimes if you use paper and try to put wet glue on it, it can show through. It's not very nice. So use your tape pen here. So So that'll be them all whenever I eventually get them in. And you want to start decorating it now. For the closure, I've got a piece of silver this time. I think it goes better. This is just elasticated cord. You get it in most shops. Tesco's or anywhere would have it. Especially at this time of the year, you actually might get it cheap in the sales, the Christmas sales. So just wrap that round. And then we're going to bring it up to the top and tie. Tie one knot and then loop that under both and tie another. And that should keep you nice and firm. And then we're going to make some beads. When you cut your 6 by 6 inch papers, which is what these are, you're left with we centimetre, 2 centimetres maybe, just under 2 centimetres. So keep that, don't throw it out, and cut from one corner up to the other corner. Now you can use your cutter if you want. I'm just going with this. And if you just curl your end and use a pokey tool, maybe something nice and narrow, and just wrap that around to start forming your bead. Don't make it too tight because you want it to fit onto the thickness of this cord. So roll it nice and softly just, and you'll see your bead getting shaped as you come along. And then I'm just going to put a bit of wet glue, which I should have had opened, just on that wee end piece there. And roll it up. Oh, trying not to get sticky, but I don't think it's possible. So that gives you your nice wee bead. Hopefully that will stay there. And just thread it through into that. Tie yourself a knot so that it doesn't come off, and snip your edges. And do the same again. Just roll the thickest end, form a wee loop, circle it round, and just keep twisting. I'm kind of out of video here, but I want to make sure I'm doing it properly, and I need it right under my nose, so it's either don't see my fingers or see my big fat head sticking there. So either way, I'm just twisting and twisting. See, I reached out too far and it was nearly unraveling on me. So just keep twisting to the very end. The skinny end forms the thickness of the bead, and a bit of glue on the tip. Oops, that's far too much glue. I'm going to wipe some of that off. That was not good. And that should form your next bead. Thread it through the other bit of silver. Tie yourself another knot. And just check that you're happy with that length, and just chop it off. Now, rather than having those flapping all about, I've tucked one in there, and I've tucked the other in there. And you're still getting that nice effect, but they're not all over the show, you know. So now we need to do a bit of stamping, and say I used the timeless tulips, the long stem, which I went ahead and cut out. I just stamped it and cut round it. I'm using the biggest tulip head and 2 leaves. So get yourself some Whisper White, Hyde and Heather ink, and as I say, we have the stem done, so we need 2 tulips. So ink your tulip up. This is one of those stamps that gives you the shading and all, so you shouldn't have to worry too much. See, gives you a lovely shading, like you've sat and coloured that in for ages. Pardon me. So I'm going to stamp 2 of those. You could stamp more. You can actually get away with 3 layers on this card. So you'd have the solid one, then you'd have this one with that smaller centre in there, and then the last one would just be 1/2. So maybe we'll do that and see what it looks like. So that's those three. We're going to need a sentiment as well, and the sentiment I'm using is from the Itty Bitty Birthdays, and it's just perfect for cutting up and saying birthday wishes, which is what the book is going to be. So just stamp that along somewhere where you can chop it in half. Birthday wishes, and then we need to get a bit of old olive, and we'll do our leaves. So just 2 leaves. So same again, just ink it nice and gently. I'll just put them across the top. So nice bit of shading in that as well. So you need 2 of those. And then it's just a matter of cutting out. So I like to chop things down smaller so that you can start with not too much bulk. So just leave yourself a nice wee edge on the first one, and that'll make it stand out nicer on the front of your book. Now you can use any stamp set you like. I just decided this lovely tulips was nice and sort of covered the whole year. You could go with a real birthday candle one, or Broadway Birthdays is actually nice. I toyed with the idea of using it, and then I decided on the flowers. So that's going to sit there. The next one you're going to cut right in to the edge. No white this time. And just follow the base. Oops, I'm out of camera again. Follow the base right round. Oops. And then we're going to cut down. This one cuts in here. And we're taking that wee middle bit as well. Back around here. And just down another wee bit to the whitish edge. And that's going to sit on top of that one. And then the last one, you just need the 1/2 of the flower. So you're cutting right up that end there where it's a wee bit wider. So you're only really putting one side of the flower on. And that'll give it a nice wee bit of 3D. Chop out your leaves again, leave a wee bit of white. It makes them stand out that wee bit nicer against the coloured background. And as you can see, it is fairly quick. This stamp comes as a bundle if you want it as a bundle, and you can punch your tulip out. But I actually was lucky enough to win this stamp set from my upline, so I didn't get the punch with it. So it's there if I need it, if I want to order. But I thought, I think I can cut out a punch or a tulip easy enough. So there's your 2 leaves, and this last wee one, we'll get our wee chopper out. This is the lovely guillotine that you get when you sign up as a demonstrator. You'll get it free. So line that up and just chop the edges. Just line it up again. And then we're just going to cut it in half. So. Great wee chopper. Worth your while just signing up to get that, and the lovely packet of papers. So now we're ready to put it together. So get your wet glue again and just run one single line of it up that stem. And I'm taking it, this is the bottom end of it. I'm putting it as the bottom anyway. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. You're not going to see the other end, so. Now get this and get some of your 3D squares. Just pop one on there. And you can put that wee head just sideways a wee bit. The next one goes on top of that. So just line that up nicely, and then your last one, just chop one of these in half, stick it on there, and then stick that to the one side. And that does give it a lovely 3D effect. It's nice, isn't it? And then a bit of glue just for these. Again, just up the center of both. And decide where you want those. These are going to be flat because you want to be able to stick your sentiments over the top of them. So then 3D these up. Oops. And just cover where that is. And your second wee one. And just maybe so. And there you are. That's it, finished. Great wee book, and it'll last you all year long, and you can do it in any colourway. If you have heavy card like this one, this was last year's card. Can't remember the name of it. But it was great card. It was really heavy. I don't know if any other heavy cards this year, they're all a wee bit lighter, so use your card and decorate it up with your nice colours. You decide on your colourway, and there you are. And they'll be great wee gifts, even to sell at craft fairs, especially at this time of the year, when people are getting all organised and, you know, being really good the way we all start at this time of the year. So I'm going to fill mine out later and let you know how I get on. So all the details will be down below, and I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe you'll give it a wee go. Bye.